Did you know Mary Ann before the worst began? The shape she was in, self-love was back again. That's why your reels you win. Light the room to the brim. Forevermore we'll stay friends, but we'll have other plans. Well, I've loved you still. That I expressed that more after we felt, and I'll always love you. Well, I've loved you since the very first day that we met and took a ride, and I've always loved you.
What a beautiful song. And without further ado, our first guest today, Tyler Allgood, in studio with us. Oh, wait, wrong mic. I'm still getting used to the new setup here at our new Canal Street studio. All right, I think I got the right one. Tyler, how are you?
Very good. How you doing, Matt?
Welcome. And that is a beautiful song we opened with. I loved it so much. I didn't even play my normal show intro because I didn't want to kill the vibe.
I appreciate that.
Because I have an intro that's very metallic, for lack of a better term. But that song is so beautiful. And that's kind of a hit for you on YouTube, right? You've got 250,000 views on the video. You've got a very cool video that goes with it.
Yes. I was blessed to do some amazing work with some amazing people, and just so happened that the universe had it lined up that way.
I get the impression from the lyrics of that song. It sounds like it's a very personal song. Like it's about a specific person. It sounds like.
Yes. A friend of mine had passed on a couple years ago, and we had some really special time together some years before that, and it wasn't in the cards for us to spend our lives together, but we were really close afterwards, and she was really dear to my heart, and so yeah, so that's where the song goes.
Yeah, no, it's really beautiful. And what can you tell us about the video for that too? Because I want to encourage people to. What's the name of the song again?
Light the room to the brim.
I wanted to make sure. Yeah, I wanted to let you say the title because I was afraid I would screw it up because it's a long. Let me ask you this: what's the meaning behind the title of the song?
Well, the meaning behind the title of the song is that somebody like Michaela coming into any room, and these special people, when they come into a room, they just amplify, bring out all of the love and all the highs and that joyous feeling. And so when she would enter the room, that's the feeling you get because she's a special person.
Yeah, you'll often hear people describe that way. Something about this person, they just light up the room when they walk in, and that's what can you tell us about the video? Because the video is very cool, and obviously it was professionally done, and it looks amazing. It's some music videos, they don't necessarily have to suit the lyrics of the song. You can apply all kinds of creative license when you're making a video. There's no rules, but I feel like that video, it really captures the vibe of the song. At least that's how I felt watching it. Like it's just it. What can you tell us about the video and who did you work with on that?
So my friend who passed away, her older sister, Danielle Statuto, she does work for Netflix.
Oh, okay.
So she asked, it was her idea to put this video together, and she's in LA, so she wasn't able to be here. So we hired somebody that was close to Peterborough and ended up having landing Joe Plant, who's a really special guy, and his videography work is amazing. And so we teamed up together. Joe and I did the big 8-hour day. It was around this time of year. It was like January 18th in 2021. It was like 18 degrees out.
Yeah, it looks cold. I think if I remember correctly, you can see your breath in at least one of the scenes.
Oh yeah. It was a cold, long shoot day, but it was really fun. And Joe is a professional like no other.
Yeah.
And we hit it off. He's one of my great friends now. And,
Excellent.
So working with him was phenomenal, and having that, and then Michaela's sister Danielle, also phenomenal. So I was just blessed to be able to showcase my work like this.
Yeah, excellent. Now we should also mention too, and we're going to play it in a little bit. We'll hold off, kind of tease people with it, but you've got a brand new song. We have a world radio premiere.
That's right.
So we're going to do that in a little bit. But before we do that, you brought your guitar? Did you want to play something live for us in the studio?
Sure, I think I should.
And let me pull up that other mic there. We got a separate mic on the guitar. We'll see. Oh, you know what? I have to turn this on. See, we got new stuff, which is fun. It's fun when you have new toys to play with. But there's also a learning curve. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, Tyler. I think we got the mics set.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Whenever you're ready, just go for it, my friend.
A woman is a beautiful thing. Give her what she needs. Even when your thoughts are depleted, give her what she needs. A woman is a delicate thing, only pluck with care. She blooms with or without you, only pluck with care. A woman is an artistic thing, with the brush so long. Go lightly with your strokes, her map is not drawn. Mother is the most precious thing. She takes it all on. She'll give and give and give when she's got none left at all. A woman is a scary thing, her bite so strong. Remember, she's a contender in a world at fall. Wish that I knew anything about it, so I could take on anything troubling your mind. Remember, she's a contender in a world at fall.
Oh, beautiful. What is that called?
That's called A Woman. A Woman.
A Woman. That's a much shorter title than the
Yeah.
than the other song. Very good. Very, very nice. If you're just joining us, we have Tyler Allgood live in studio with us here. Do you play out a lot, Tyler? Do you do a lot of shows? Or?
I do. Yep.
Excellent. And is it always solo acoustic, or do you ever play with a band, or what's
For the most part, it's solo acoustic. I've been doing this for 5+ years.
Yeah.
I've played with various bands and done plenty of that over the years.
Yeah.
And I play bass and sing in a bluegrass band.
Oh, no kidding.
That's a whole nother thing, but that's a lot of fun. We play a lot of the same places too.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. What's the name of the band?
That's White Mountain Rounders.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, bluegrass is my impression. I've never played in a bluegrass band, but obviously I've seen bluegrass bands, and it to me it looks challenging. I mean, is it challenging playing bass in a bluegrass band?
It can be. Yep.
Yeah.
Playing and singing at the same time for sure.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of the boom, 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 boom.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause I'm a bass player myself, but
Yeah.
I've just played in bands where I didn't have to be particularly technically proficient, shall we say. But no, bluegrass has always looked kind of challenging to me. Very cool. Now, as far as your solo material, do you prefer that to being in a, because you mentioned you'd been in a lot of bands before. I mean, is it kind of liberating to be able to do your own thing? You don't have to, I mean, collaboration is nice, but getting to express yourself solo must be nice too.
It is. It helps to have it directly, only my energy or whatever. And so I went through some things with that when I was doing my original music, and trying to find the right members and trying to find the right pieces. And I had a really special band called Band where we were doing lots of original stuff, and unfortunately that came to an end. But what I had to do was learn how to do all the instrumentation. I had to be able to get everything out of my head into my recording, and I feel that that's finally coming together, especially on this new third album. But it has been slowly manifesting into everything I need while I play the piano and write the horn parts, play the drum parts, do all the things. So.
Right. Yeah, I was reading online. So you're a multi-instrumentalist. You're one of those people who, I'm always so jealous. You're one of those people who can play a whole bunch of instruments. I play bass, and that's all. I can play a little bit of guitar, but that's really it. So on your albums, are you doing everything?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, my last two on all three albums. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what was your first instrument?
First instrument was guitar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then from guitar you started. What was next?
I played bass, and I think I messed around with the drums a little bit. And then I've only been playing piano for about 5 years, but it was a dream of mine to always be fluent on the piano.
Oh, no kidding.
And so I had a major spine surgery, and it was getting too painful to practice guitar all the time. So I took that opportunity, and I got a keyboard, put it up on my dresser, and taught myself how to play.
Wow, no kidding. So you had spine surgery?
Yeah.
Wow. Do you mind if I ask what happened? Or
I had an accident when I was 18, construction, kept working, kept skateboarding. By the time I was 28 and had gotten sober, so I became aware of everything going on in my body.
Yeah.
I was in extreme agony every day.
Wow.
So my 30th birthday, I had fusion surgery.
Oh, wow. So leading up to that, so when you had the accident, was it just kind of, I'll just walk it off, and you just kind of put it off, or?
I was stuck in an old man position, hunched over for about 3 weeks.
Wow.
So that's when the doctors think that's when the inconsistency happened.
Okay.
And just being young, not have the surgery then, just kind of fight through it.
Yeah, yeah. Because when you're young, you're invincible, and even if something horrible happens, I'll just walk it off. I'm young.
Yeah, you learn later that you got to take care of your body.
So the lesson from that being, if you have a spinal injury, don't don't wait years to deal with it.
Yeah, just slow down a little bit. Just slow down and listen to your body. Don't listen to people who are telling you to overwork yourself. Just slow down, listen to your body, listen to your soul.
Now, what was the recovery like? Did it take a long time to recover from that?
Yeah, it was miserable.
Wow. Yeah, but it had to be done, right?
Yeah. So I played a gig the night before my surgery. Actually.
Yeah.
I figured I'm in pain. I'm going to get this surgery. Why not just push it? And so played a gig before the night before surgery, and then I was back to gigs after 4 or 5 months. But it was really challenging.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing much other work, so
I
was blessed to be able to kind of take things slow. But it's been almost 5 years, and it's still healing. There's still things that the muscles are getting stronger, and so it's been a long process.
Do you still have lingering pain from it?
Yeah, I have bad days.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was a success.
Good.
Because I was in complete agony every day.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Did that sort of inform your songwriting at all? Did it or your general approach to music, being in pain all the time?
So, yeah, absolutely. I wrote some really good stuff from that. And I think what I've done for years and years is write from my pain. And I've had a lot of trauma as I was younger, and addictions and all sorts of issues, and it all goes back to that pain, and it's been my release, my therapy to write from that space and be honest and vulnerable in that space.
Well, it's like I always say, and I mean, it's not an original thought. I think everyone kind of realizes this, but if you are able to take things that are traumatic or painful, be it emotionally or literally physically painful, if you can take that and do something constructive with it, create art with it or from it or inspired by it, then at least it's, you're taking it and turning it into something positive, to the extent that it's possible. I've never experienced that kind of chronic pain. So I've seen it up close because Jenny, she has CRPS and, she deals with it every day. So, but I can only imagine, but you've got a lot of great music from it. No doubt about that. So, and I'm glad it's getting better. So,
yeah, thank you.
Yeah. We should, before it gets too late, I want to share the new song with everybody, and I'm sure you do too. Now, this is a world radio premiere of your new song. And what's this called?
This one's called Nothin But Cry.
And anything you want us to know about this before we hear it? Or?
No, that's okay. We'll talk about it after.
All right. Sounds good. This is really good. This is Nothin But Cry from Tyler Allgood.
Feel something right. What's right is always wrong. Why does it take so long to understand yourself with your heart on the shelf? Done something wrong. So me, for me, I run and hide. 'Cause when I've seen it through, always drown in the glue. Something right, what's wrong?
Love it. Nothing But Cry from Tyler Allgood. And Tyler Allgood is here with us live in studio this morning on Matt Connarton Unleashed. Great song. I love that. Very, very catchy when the drum kicks in too. It's impossible not to kind of move to it, Really, really good. And that's brand new?
That is brand new. That is not even up on the socials yet, but it is getting published and sent by the end of the month or the beginning of March.
Outstanding. Is that on an album or an upcoming album that you're working on? Okay.
Yes, this is that's the first song off of my third album.
Okay.
And so it'll slowly release over the next couple months.
Outstanding. Yeah. Where do you record?
This is actually, give a shout out to Charlie Chronopoulos.
That's a name I've heard on the show. Yeah.
Yeah. Charlie is a great guy and just an amazing musician. So he's also a recording engineer and he has a studio in Wilton. And I went to Charlie to produce this work because we're in the same genre, we're in the same feel, and I knew that there was something really special also that he could do pedal steel for me. And so you actually hear Charlie's pedal steel playing on that, as well as he did the drums for that one. I did the drums on the rest of the album. So it was an amazing experience, and he and I are very close now, and it's very special.
What about previous material that you've done?
My second album, Through the Empty, I did with Ben Rogers in Jaffrey.
Okay.
And that was incredible. It was,
Yeah.
a great project. My first album I did with Ryan Gardner, or Ryan Reminisce, as his stage name might say.
Yeah.
And I loved working with 3 different people on those. It's been great. You know?
Yeah. Excellent. And now what's tell us a little bit about the new song in terms of Nothin But Cry, in terms of like what's it about? Is it about something specific?
So the album is called Of Love, and it's just it takes on the whole perspective of this relationship that had a really hard time evolving and becoming something. And it was very painstaking, and it brought up pretty much every emotion and every event possible for me. And so this
It's not always an easy thing to talk about, because obviously, your songs are very personal,
this one's very vulnerable.
Yeah.
But you'll hear some blame and anger and grief, and really I don't think there's anything bad to say about one person, and there was a lot to be learned.
Yeah.
I got to learn a lot about myself, and I still love that woman dearly. And so, but I had to write through those differences, and I had to write through that pain, because I had no other place to go.
Yeah. Do you want to play another live one for us?
Yeah.
If you're just joining us, we have Tyler Allgood. Tyler is going to play another one for us. What's this one called, Tyler?
This one's called Can We Have That Day Again?
Oh, okay. Can we have that day again?
This is part of this new album Of Love, just like A Woman was as well. And you kind of see a beautiful story, and then it unravels as to the grief and the loss that starts to happen.
Okay. All right. Very good. Whenever you're ready.
You wake next to me, glad to know your eyes say it's okay, you're away. But you only have the day, so we put the coffee on and not waste our time. Feel the light, and down the trail we go, up the ridge to a private pond. And I never felt so full. The rays kiss your hair, and I blurred out all my stuff. And I always go too far. Now see the bitter end. We would need that day again, just to hold my best friend. Can we have that day again? Can we have have that day again? Just to hold my best friend. Just to hold my best friend. Can we have that day again?
If you're just tuning in and you're wondering who that amazing voice is, that is Tyler Allgood, and also quite the guitar player. Do you always finger pick?
Yeah, I stopped using a pick a long time ago at this rate.
Now, what was the reason, or why did you phase out using a pick?
I think I always wanted to be a finger picker, and then at the same rate, it just became a more natural place, and I don't do anything conventional. I'll use my fingernails in a flamenco kind of style. I'll pick and pluck sometimes, or I'll just kind of use my thumb if I need to play softer.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a mixed style, and I couldn't do it with a pick.
And you don't have to worry about dropping your pick. And
right.
Where did it go? What was it challenging to make that transition, or was it natural?
It was a little bit challenging, but what happened was that it was, when I finally got over the hump, it was so natural that it was, after a little while, it was easier to sing without the pick. It was
really
easier to play in this kind of loose hand format and just kind of let it ride.
Yeah. Now, when you play out, is it always just you and the guitar, or do you ever, because you mentioned, you learn to play piano, do you ever bring a keyboard with you and play that too? Or?
I have brought my keyboard to a few gigs. There's just too much setup.
A little cumbersome. Yeah.
It's just too much gear.
Yeah.
Because I love playing piano, and I do need a little more experience doing that live.
Yeah.
But there's just so much gear, so it's kind of a pain.
No doubt. How many original songs do you have? Because you strike me as somebody who's probably always writing. I would imagine you always have ideas.
Yeah. So I was talking to a friend, Kate Derman, actually. I think you know Kate.
Yes, actually, she was commenting on social media, by the way, how much she loves that song that you just played.
I love Kate. She's a wonderful person, and she's been a great support over the years. And does a lot for local music.
Yep,
so,
absolutely.
So hi, Kate.
Yep.
All the love.
Yeah, we had her on not too long ago, a number of months ago for Darling Hill, her project, and just amazing.
Yeah, that EP is incredible.
Yeah,
really good.
Oh yeah.
So where were we? I forgot.
What was I asking you? Oh yeah, I was asking you if you have an idea of how many original songs that you've written.
Right. So I think it's somewhere around 100 at this
point. Oh, it's quite a few.
Yeah. I write when it happens. I try not to force it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I go through 6 or 8 months without writing something.
Really?
Yeah, that happened last year. But what it gives me time to kind of produce and write the instruments for the songs that I have written.
Oh, okay.
So it's always working, always.
So you don't worry about it when that happens, right? Because some people do. Some people, they get into their own heads about, what do I have, writer's block? Well, I don't have any ideas.
Right.
But you use the time productively.
I do. I mean, sometimes it bugs me, and it feels like, I'm not doing my purpose. I'm not doing my thing right. And but I've learned to accept everything as it comes. That's what kind of just trying to accept the universe for what it gives.
Yeah. Do you want to do one more for us live?
Sure.
Yeah, we have time, and you sound great.
Thank you.
Sound really, really good. If you're just joining us, we have Tyler Allgood. He is here with us live in studio. We just did a little bit ago the world radio premiere of his new studio track, Nothin But Cry. But he's also playing some live ones for us today. And what are you going to play for us?
This is hasn't been released yet.
Oh,
hasn't been produced, but it's a favorite of mine and some other people. This is called Fisherman's Blues.
All right, Fisherman's Blues, Tyler Allgood, live in studio.
His name is George. He heads out Sunday morn for the week. He says, I can't talk right now, and most days I don't even like to speak. I've got my fishing rods and my buddy gun. What else do I need? Coolers in the back, so the front is reserved for weed. Take that weed down the river. Ooh, ooh. At home he is the king of the block, king of the block. A burly man he stands, but inside he is wickedly soft. This is a long week on the coast. I am dreaming of my throne, my gal, and my dog. Says I don't mind the drives, but these nights are getting lost. 'Cause at home he is always on the clock. He likes to feed the folks with his crops. In a town between the Cape Cod and Maine, he helps the working minds through the day. Ooh, ooh. At home he is always on the clock. He likes to feed the folks with his crops. In a town between the Cape Cod and Maine, he helps the working minds through the day to keep the busy brains at bay.
Outstanding, Tyler Allgood, live in studio. It's been wonderful to have you here. This is great meeting you, and I love your stuff. And where should people go online to keep up with everything that you're doing?
So my website is tylerallgood.com. Nice and simple.
Yeah. And Allgood is spelled exactly the way you would expect.
Yes. Yeah, I was blessed with a great last name.
That is a great last name.
So I just used it, you know. I just kept it. So tylerallgood.com. I just released a new live studio video from Clarksville, Tennessee on my YouTube.
Oh, I saw that. Yes.
Yeah. So I released that as kind of like I don't have the spot of the new album up quite yet.
Yeah.
So you guys can have that for now.
Yeah.
But so YouTube, following me there, Spotify, the website will let you know where my dates are.
Mm-hmm.
I'm playing all around New England.
You got anything this weekend you want to plug? You got anything tonight?
Nope, not this weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Trying to think. Actually, I have a show in Francistown, New Hampshire on Valentine's Day. I'll be playing. It's a local spot called Toll Booth Tavern.
I'm embarrassed to say, where is Francistown? I'm not even sure. I've heard of it, but I can't picture it geographically.
So do you know Peterborough?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so if you get on the other side of Peterborough,
Oh,
Francistown, actually I go through Francistown when I come to Manchester.
oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's like kind of close to Goffstown
Oh, okay.
in a way if you keep going.
Oh, I'll be damned. Okay. I'm sure I've driven through it at some point and just never realized.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a cool little tavern, great food, great people. Been playing there for about 8 or 9 years. It's close to home.
Yeah.
But I'll be in Rochester at Porter's Pub on February 24th. And the Bluegrass Band is playing at Panucci's Concord on 2/17. And back at Toll Booth on 2/23.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Tyler, this has been wonderful. The great Tyler Allgood. And thank you for sharing the brand new single with us too. Nothin But Cry. Great song. That will be in our rotation here on the show.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.